Hey guys, what's good? Mike here, Laker Talk. Let's talk about our two picks that we got last night, and I want to talk about realistic expectations for our two picks. Last night, we drafted Brandon Ingram and Ivica Zubac. Big 7-footer European guy, 7'1", 260 pounds, something like that. His body type is similar to Marc Gasol. I'll get into him in a second, but last night was very cool. I did live stream for the first time. Never done it before. Figured out that Periscope have like a little integration with Twitter. So I basically clicked on that. I set it up, and we were live streaming last night for about an hour. In the draft, a lot of folks, like around a couple hundred people, jumped on it, and we were chatting back and forth. And I got off of it. I stayed on for like an hour. That was cool until like the 5th pick, and then I got off the live stream. I got back on around the 32 pick, and we kind of chatted for a little bit there. I believe when I record my live streams, Periscope keeps them for like a 24 hours on my Twitter account. So if you follow me on Twitter at MikeSportsLA, you should be able to see those, and I'm going to be doing those more regularly now that I'm getting familiar with it. So it'll be kind of cool, like after games, or if there's like a news break, I can quickly jump on my phone if I have good Wi-Fi, and you know, we can live stream a little bit. Folks can ask questions, we can chat back and forth and interact and stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. So if you're not on Twitter, get a Twitter account, just like for sports or whatever, and follow me at MikeSportsLA. All right. But last night, yeah, we picked Brandon Ingram and Ivica Zubac with the 32nd pick. A lot of people were asking me about the 32nd pick, and this is what I always say about the 32nd pick is like, I had no clue, right? I've been saying that in videos for like weeks now. It's like, I have no clue what we were going to do with the 32nd pick, and guess what? No one did last night. No one guessed that we would pick this European guy, and he could turn out to be good. It's like when Jordan Clarkson was picked, the Lakers moved up, paid some money to actually move up to pick him, and then after we picked him, we all went to YouTube and was like, dude can actually ball. So this guy is different in that he's a European guy, and there's really no good footage on him. Like I said, I always leave the second round picks up to Mitch Kupchak. Apparently, Mitch Kupchak in the interview said that he did spot him when he went and did a European trip, and but in the European international leagues, they don't play these guys that often. They tend to play the older guys. So this guy is 19 years old, you know, young, just like Brandon Ingram, and basically you got to watch them in practice and things like that to kind of get a feel. So because he knew he had a game, he had a big size, he's still growing into his body, he has some skills. You know, he was projected apparently to be in the 20s. Who knew? And he fell to Mitch Kupchak, 32nd pick, and Mitch swooped him up. And dude is really happy to be a Laker. I love the fact that in an interview after the draft, he said that, you know, he was watching the cameramen, and his agent told him that he, you know, if he fell to the Lakers, and that the Lakers would pick him. And so he said around the 24th pick, you know, the cameraman would actually focus on draft picks, right? Because they get a sense of who they're gonna pick to get the reaction. And he was like scared, like, don't look at me, don't look at me, until around that time, you know, he was picked. And so very cool. What we see in him, I don't know. Can he play? To be determined, right? He says he's an old school back to the basket guy. He likes Marc Gasol as his idol, and he idolizes his game after Marc Gasol. If he's anything close to Marc Gasol, we got a good one, right? And for another video, Golden State Warriors is kind of like saying how they're not going to be living and dying by this this small ball, but they're trying to move away from that and getting a little bit bigger. And I think you'll see the league kind of like change back and forth. It's not that we're going to be running our offense through a big guy, but big guys are going to be needed, okay? And that's why I keep talking about like Timothy Mozgov type of guys that we need to go after at center. Is 7'1" guys who can move, guys who can clog up the space and protect the rim and get some rebounds and really let our other guys, you know, spread the floor and stuff like that and do all the bulk of the scoring. So I like that pick in the 32nd pick. You know, I had no clue. I was thinking Bryce Johnson. We were thinking Scal last night, but those guys got swooped up in the first round. And we got the European guy, Brandon Ingram, obviously the pick that we wanted. Now, my expectations for these guys, and this is what I learned by doing these YouTube videos, and actually with my experience with D'Angelo Russell last year, is that we have to give these young kids, especially when they're 19 years old, 18, 19 years old, we have to give them time to flourish a little bit. It's like Brandon Ingram might come out the first game and he might struggle, right? Because he's 18 years old, he's trying his hardest, he's trying his best. That's what we saw in D'Angelo Russell last year. And I personally, and I'm going to be honest with you, I never had any experience in really watching young guys and relying on young kids for the Lakers lead our franchise, okay? For the past 25 years, who did we have? We had Eddie Jones, Nick Van Exel, then we had Shaq, and we had a bunch of veterans there, Eldon Campbell and stuff like that. And then we had Kobe and Shaq for 20, whatever. We had, you know, Kobe for 20 years. And ever since then, there was not even a kid. Even when Andrew Bynum got drafted, it's like we didn't have to rely on him, right? It was just a throw-in, right? But D'Angelo Russell last year, we needed to rely on him. I was expecting him to be this 25-year-old veteran, and I had to learn from that. And you know what? You got to let these 18, 19-year-old kids kind of develop. After, you know, give them a half a year, give them a year to actually see and feel their game out. So that's what we got to do in Brandon Ingram. Obviously, he's going to ball out as small forward, but he's not going to be putting up 25 points a game. He's going to, you know, have to grow into his body. And after that first year, after, you know, summer, he might struggle a little bit in summer league, right? And that's just, you know, that's a given thing. It's like summer league is not something where you can really see who's good or not. Like Seth Curry last year averaged 30 points in summer league and got the MVP, and guess what? He averaged 2 points in the NBA in the season. So it's not about that. It's about letting, you know, these guys really, the expectation is these guys will be good. They're young, 18, 19 years old. They're growing into their body. They will be good, and we got to give them time to flourish, okay? That's why I'm like, all these trade rumors coming out, I'm like, heck no. I don't want to trade any of these guys, right? Because I want these guys who are potential stars like Brandon Ingram, D'Angelo, I want them to flourish. And now that, you know, D'Angelo got a year under his belt, he's really gonna shine next year. For another video, a lot of media still disrespecting D'Angelo, but I'll probably touch on that probably tomorrow, and give my thoughts on you know, on D'Angelo Russell and what we expect and what I expect from D'Angelo Russell. Anyway, that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. Great 2 picks in my opinion. Summer League's coming up. I'll hit you guys back tomorrow, probably another video. And happy Friday, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for commenting, liking, and subscribing. And always, guys, follow me on Twitter, guys, at Mike Sports LA for more content and commentary and back and forth. All right, we'll talk soon. Peace.